Tonight at 6, we remember the life of Ethel Kennedy. The matriarch of the Bay State's most famous family passed away this morning at age 96 due to complications from a stroke she suffered last week. It's been a somber day. Good evening, I'm Glenn Jones.
And I'm Priscilla Casper. The Kennedy family tree is quite large and filled with many famous faces. So let's take a look at the branch that Ethel leaves behind. Ethel married Robert F. Kennedy Sr. in 1950. Before he was assassinated in 1968, they had 11 children together. Their firstborn son, Joseph Patrick Kennedy II, named after Robert's brother, served as a Massachusetts representative in Congress for 8 years. Of course, she's also the mother of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who ran for president this year. And she's the grandmother of Joseph Patrick Kennedy III, who, like his dad, spent 8 years as a Massachusetts state rep in Congress. And tonight, the political world is paying their respects to Ethel.
One reporter is not enough to cover the breadth of her legacy, so we have team coverage for you tonight, starting with NBC 10's John Maroney near the Kennedy family compound in Hyannisport. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Glenn. Ethel Kennedy spent a lot of time here on the Cape, and tonight she's being remembered as a person who helped influence a generation.
So much had to be done, but it could be done.
Ethel Kennedy helped shape the country's best-known political dynasty. Her family setting out for a sail on the Cape hours after announcing she died at the age of 96 following a stroke.
Ethel Kennedy's commitment to her children and to the goals and commitments of her husband and what he believed in summarizes very clearly who she has been for the last 50-some years.
The daughter of a coal magnate, Ethel Skakel married Robert Kennedy in 1950, but was left alone to raise their 11 children after his assassination. A devout Catholic, Kennedy lost 2 of her own kids and a granddaughter, often retreating to the Kennedy compound in times of trouble, as was the case this afternoon for other family members.
In a way, she reminds me a lot of Rose Kennedy, experiencing unthinkable tragedy. But what got her through it, I think, and this is speculation, is her abiding faith.
In 2014, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. She founded the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, advocating for social justice and gun control.
If you see something wrong, if you speak out, you can change it.
Her children and a grandchild took up the family business, including Robert Kennedy Jr., who dropped out of the presidential race this summer. At the JFK Museum in Hyannis, there's a condolence book for visitors.
She's always revered. Yeah, Ethel was. She's just one of the great ladies. We were just saying she was one of the good ones.
Now the family is asking people to pray for Ethel Kennedy. Still no word on arrangements. We're live in Hyannisport. John Maroney, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, John, thank you. And from Cape Cod to Boston Harbor, NBC 10's Bianca Beltran spoke with visitors at the JFK Presidential Library about the loss of the Kennedy family matriarch. Bianca, what are they telling you?
Well, Priscilla, many visitors here at the JFK Library and Museum learned of the news of Ethel Kennedy's passing while they were taking in the history and legacy of the Kennedy family. And while she is not currently featured in the exhibits here, many visitors pointed out that she was very influential, not only in generations of Kennedys, but across the nation.
She had a good life. But it is the end of an era.
Vivid memories rushed back to visitors at the JFK Presidential Library and Museum.
I remember seeing her when she was pregnant with her child when Bobby Kennedy was killed. It was just surreal.
It's one of those moments in your life that you know right where you were, and that's when time stood still.
Many shared their condolences, reflecting on the life and legacy of Ethel Kennedy.
They'll remember her grace and her style, ability to speak her mind.
They were quietly behind the scenes to strengthen, like anyone, the backbone of the family. And the Kennedy women, they did a lot to help the men get elected that people don't realize.
The executive director of the JFK Library Foundation shared in a statement that she had the privilege of working with Ethel Kennedy at the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, and says her legacy will live on in the countless lives she quietly improved and the many disenfranchised people she gave voice to throughout her remarkable life of service.
They really were geared towards service. They each had servants' hearts, and that's really beautiful. We need more of that. We need more caring. We need more compassion, love.
Other visitors shared that they left this building feeling the sentiments of hope, of respect, spirit that they hope can be captured in this country again. And as for the condolences book, it will remain in the lobby of the JFK Library for the rest of the week through next week before it is delivered to the Kennedy family. Reporting live in Boston, I'm Bianca Beltran, NBC 10 Boston.
Yeah, her legacy will surely live on. Bianca, thank you. Now, to reflect more on Ethel Kennedy's lifetime of service, achievement, and heartbreaking loss, head over to NBC10Boston.com. You can watch our full story on her life and legacy.